Good morning and welcome to the Grenada National Stadium, Dream11 Spice T10 tournament. We greet you with the news that we have good weather. The game certainly will start on time today, just a little bit on the gloomy side, but we are confident that we would have the three fixture being played here today. So wherever you are listening, wherever you are following us, we are so happy to have you with us this morning as we look at game number 22 in this Dream11 Spice T10 tournament. Say good morning, Ali.
Good morning to you, Raphael, and good morning to your listeners, wherever they may be.
Okay, at this moment we are going to go down to the on field. Kerry Frank is with both captains. They're going to take the toss.
Welcome to the toss for match number 22 in the Dream11 Spice T10 tournament. We have with us here the toss party, the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, our captains, Roland Cato, Andre Fletcher, and the third umpire for this match, Rupert Holas. Mr. Match referee, it's over to you. Call is a head, and it's a tail. Ginger Generals has won the toss. Roland Cato has won his second toss in a row. Cato, what's the decision of Ginger Generals?
We're going to have a bowl first.
I'm actually looking forward to winning to get 2 points, probably to improve your chances of improving to the semi-final. How is important the guys are taking this one this morning?
Coming in from yesterday, the guys are feeling good after the win, so we know how important this game is for us. Fletcher and them lost the game yesterday, scoring 130 yards, so we know that they're not in the best frame of mind at the moment, so it's all about we just coming out there now and trying to put the pressure on them from ball one.
All right. What sort of change you think? Sorry, what sort of total you have in mind you would want to restrict Nutmeg Warriors to?
If we be able to restrict them under 100, that would be a plus for us because we back our batting here to score 100, at least 100 in every game.
Yesterday we saw a change of batting openers from your team. You have been changing constantly through the tournament. You saw yourself and Daniel McDonald open yesterday. Can we expect more of the same today?
Yeah, well, you never know. It depends on how the game goes. I may open or I may not open. But it's all about not my decision. It's a management team, everybody, collective decision. Who open the batting, but nevertheless, it's just about going out there and whoever open the batting, going out there and do the job.
All right, well, Kito, we want to wish you guys all the best today and for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
All right, Andre Fletcher, first of all, we must talk about yesterday. It was certainly a tough decision. Scoring the highest, scoring the total in the tournament 131 and then turning around less than an hour later to see that the team chased it down successfully. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, obviously I must be, as you said, it's the highest total in the tournament and, coming in, with that confidence with the bowlers, having a total to a big total to actually, defend. I believe we bowled really bad. Our fielding also had cost us the game, so hopefully today it will be a turnaround. I don't want to dwell too much on it. Today is a different day, so let us try our best. I just want us to try our best to be positive and play the cricket that we know.
All right, you're coming in batting first on this track. There's been a little bit of moisture in the air. What sort of total you think might be a good one on this track that you can successfully defend later on?
I believe 110 plus would be a very good total. As you mentioned, there's a bit of moisture in the wicket, so yeah, it will be difficult for us also as a batting unit to start off with, but hopefully we can get through that phase and post a good total where our bowlers can defend.
The sort of urgency in the dressing room is certainly a must-win. All the matches now are must-win for you guys to get into the semi-final. What's the mood like in the camp?
Well, from yesterday's game, yes, the mood is a bit down. Everyone is a bit down, but I just want to. I've been encouraging them and telling them to keep their heads up. It's just for us to come out and play positive cricket. Right now, I believe we don't have anything to lose, so it's just for us to come out and just be positive, put back the pressure on the opposition, and the result will take care of itself.
All right, well, Andrew, we want to wish you guys all the best at this match and the rest of the tournament.
Okay, then, thank you.
All right, so to recap the news from the middle, Ginger General has won the toss and they've inserted Nutmeg Warriors into bat.
So Ginger Generals won the toss this morning and they elect to field. Certainly, it's a decision you probably would expect the team winning the toss would really want to give the opposition first strike.
Yeah, and that has happened consistently in the competition. not too sure many teams have won the toss and batted first. And the teams chasing seems always to have that advantage. Of course, runs on the board, they know what is their target, they know the runs per over to score. And I think in this short version of the game, probably is expected that the side winning the toss will field first.
So Ginger Generals who are going to take the field first. We're going to give you the lineup. Roland Keto, captain. Shion Andrew, Webel Benjamin, Reynald Charles, Larry Edwards, Michael Fraser, Keon George, Anil Matthew, Daniel McDonald, Neilon Pascal, and Nicholas Redhead. Nutmeg Warriors, Andre Fletcher, Akim Alexis, Javon Andrew, Daryl Cyrus, Riddick Kalin, Haston Jackson, Sheldon Joseph, Donald McDonald, Dane Murray, Chandel Regis, and Josh Thomas. So Nutmeg Warriors playing the same team which played yesterday, also Ginger Generals. Ginger Generals who won yesterday. Nutmeg Warriors lost a very interesting game yesterday afternoon, and certainly they would be looking to bounce back in this encounter today.
Well, they will have to. I thought they'd give a good batting performance. However, the bowling didn't seem to click yesterday. They were hitting all over the square. I thought though that their strength really has been the spin bowling, probably of Fletcher getting the breakthrough, and he didn't come on to bowl until the sixth over. I think by that time the game has gone beyond them. So probably today they will figure the runs on the board was good enough. Maybe they could add a few more to it, but that has been one of the highest scores in the competition, and so they will have to bat extremely well to beat that score, and they hope for a better bowling performance.
So umpires John Mark and Anderson Matheson will be officiating in this first encounter as they make their way onto the field. And as we said, just looking at both teams, I think we are coming down to the stage where they need to certainly win today. Nutmeg Warriors in particular, they have 5 points from 7 games, while Ginger Generals, they have 7 points. So really, they would need to. Ginger Generals obviously want to continue their winning road. They won yesterday, defeating their close challengers, and they would want to confirm their position as we come really close down to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and the situation now with all teams losing a game or two, there is no runaway winner, just qualifier just yet. So every team is still in with it, and so every performance is still of great importance.
Yeah, Ginger Generals won by 8 wickets in the game yesterday. Clove Challengers got 78 for 5, and Ginger Generals 81 for 2. Really a convincing victory. They will definitely want to continue the winning row. So Nutmeg Warriors, who lost yesterday afternoon, Saffron Strikers, and as you said, Ali, they would have scored the highest total by any team yesterday afternoon, and it was made by Saffron Strikers. 131. It was the highest total up to that point in time. Saffron Strikers came and really played really well and got up to 132, I think, with some 8 deliveries left, or 10 deliveries left. So we are about to see the first ball bowl. The opening batsman, Fletcher and Chandel Regis, and this pair would have done very well for Nutmeg Warriors. Just as a matter of continuing with the start that they normally have. This pair put on the highest opening stand of 120, undefeated. They also got a good start yesterday of 62 before the first wicket fell. But following Neilon Pascal are going to pick it up from that southern end. Andre Fletcher who played a good inning. I got 38 in pretty quick time in that game against Safan Strikers, as Pascal is going to pick it up from the southern end. Ball into Fletcher. And third man on the boundary in Nicholas Redhead, backward point, square cover, extra cover, and a mid-off on the offside. And three, just a short fine leg, mid-wicket, mid-on, and a backward square leg on the boundary. As Fletcher, first delivery up to, and this one is hit. Pascal is going to take the catch. First delivery, short delivery. Again, Fletcher looking to pull, and really was really only into the shot, and just went in the air. And Pascal coming around take a simple catch, and certainly disappointing him by Fletcher. It was a short delivery, and I think he didn't come on, and he looking to pull, and just went straight up in the air. And Pascal completing an easy catch.
Well, before the delivery, I was about to make the point that the early start to the game, the open batsmen have to be a lot more careful because, as you know, the overnight cover of the wicket and then the early preparation, and so you had to be a lot more careful as the opening batsman when starting the day's play. And here was a short ball from. Well, I think probably later in the day that would have come through. It would have been hit hard over extra cover somewhere by Fletcher. However, he got the top part of the bat and just lob into the air, and an easy catch for the bowler.
So important breakthrough. I see them. The wicket of Fletcher, Ginger Generals, making an important break. First delivery. So Akim Alexis replaces Fletcher, and Pascal from that southern end, he's up to the wicket to bowl to Alexis, and who plays this so backward point position, and there's no chance of a run. It really is a sort of start that Ginger Generals really would have wished for today, and really a big start getting that's the scalp of Andre Fletcher.
Yeah, and I think sometimes at this level of the game, even though it's at 10-10, you need to see what the bowler is doing, and Pascal has been bowling well.
He's up to the wicket, ball to Alexis, again looking to pull ball. A loud appeal, he's out, caught at the wicket. Well, what a start. A short delivery again, and Alexis looking to pull. Really didn't move. As we see the replay, they looking to pull. And really was not in position, but coming off the edge, and the keeper accepting another simple catch. And what a start!
Well, again, it's 10-10. You still got 9 overs after the first one, and sometime, and probably if you're watching the cricket, you notice that the first 2 overs in the start of the day's play always give some sort of assistance to the bowlers. And again, another shot that you thought that probably could have left. In fact, it was. Whether it was a good wicket or bad wicket or what, that ball is not a ball that you could have hit very easily. It was high, it was shoulder height. You couldn't get on top of it easily, and so nicking it and the keeper taking an easy catch.
Well, it would have been better if he looked to hit it over backward point. That ball was short, and it makes some height. If he got under it and hit it over backward point, probably would have been a safer shot. But he chose to look to pull. And really with the height, he could not have had any control. He took the edge, and the keeper accepting a simple catch.
But sometimes we had to do the stats in the game. Pascal has always bowled his first over pretty good, and sometimes give him credit and watch what he's doing.
Donald McDonald get another ball outside the off stump, and I just seemingly waved the bat at it. But again, the ball making some height. And we expect, for maybe the first innings, the faster bowlers will probably get something out of the wicket, but it's not a difficult wicket to bat on. I think both deliveries were short. Pascal up to the wicket again, both outside the off stump again. McDonald just probably in 2 minds, but allowed it to go through at the end. And what a start. 2 wickets, no run in the first over. Pascal picking up 2 wickets, and one probably think that with the start that they have, they want to be probably a little more attacking, but the field remain the same. As Pascal once again up to the wicket and bowled another short delivery again. McDonald is really pushing at it, and it went really outside the off stump and made no contact. So the score at the end of the first over, Nutmeg Warriors sent into bat this morning, losing 2 wickets in the first over, no runs. The wicket of Andre Fletcher and Akim Alexis, who went in the first over. There are no wickets for 2 runs.
Well, what
No
a
runs for
start.
2 wickets actually.
Yeah, what a start. Well, that could confuse anyone. Because you don't normally see that. In fact, it's the first time probably 2 wickets has fallen in the first over in the competition. But Pascal has always bowled well in his opening spell, his first over. He continued to move the ball. And surprisingly, that they didn't put another attacking player, probably a first slip, with 2 wickets down and no run on the board. And really, a lot of rebuilding has to be done now. Regis is still there. He has batted pretty well. And a lot now will be dependent on him.
Yeah, well, Larry Edwards, left arm orthodox, going to come around the wicket to bowl to the left-handed Regis. Edwards, one of the overseas player in this tournament from St. Lucia. Just paying particular attention with the field as we look at the offside field. Short third man, point, cover extra, cover mid-off as he's around the wicket. First ball to Regis. Regis is back and not timing, ponging it into the ground as it rolls out on the offside. The cover fielder fields. Still not off the mark in the second over. Again, this one is played to backward point and they go through for a single. I feel just a little bit slow in moving in there. So 1 run. Regis off the mark. It's 2 wickets for 1 run. We are in over number 2. Nutmeg Warriors. Not the start they will be happy with.
No, and I think again you could see the 2 shots that Regis played, he didn't time the ball properly. Probably the ball is not coming off the wicket as he expected. In fact, that actually probably would have surprised the fielder at point because he was thinking the ball would have been coming to him, but it wasn't timed properly, and so he had to rush in at it and allowing the batsman to get a single.
So Edwards continue around the wicket to the right-handed McDonald. He's looking to push. He's hit on the pad. Loud appeal, not out. Keto pushes himself right back on the long on boundary. And there is a straightish mid-wicket also on the boundary.
In fact, that was the first run that was scored in the second over.
Very slow start as Edwards once again. And this is Toto. Again, McDonald looking to drive, load appeal. As we see, Benjamin is the way he does. Hands up in the air and really appealing, umpire on move.
Benjamin has a lot of emotion, so sometimes you can't really judge by the way he appealed because no one else actually appealed there.
So it's 1 for 2 as Edwards in his first. So comes McDonald is back again, and he seemed to be having a lot of difficulty there. That ball we really seemed to rush into him. He's looking to play off the back foot.
You know that Edwards, as the left-hander, we speak about it over and over. He gets the ball to slide into the right-hander rather than going away as the traditional of the left-hander, and that is what is giving the batsman some problem.
Final delivery in his first over, and again he's beaten. Again he's beaten. He's out. Leg before, and really a struggle in this over. And McDonald was probably neither back nor forward. That ball again rushing to him, and really, as we look at the replay, being hit right in front. And certainly a good over by Edwards, and what a dream start for Ginger Generals.
Well, and nightmare of a start for the batting team. Again, Edwards has continued to give the batsman problem with that delivery, and you know, recently I was talking to a young left-hand spinner, and I was telling him that if he wants to be a wicket taker as a left-hander, he must be able to bowl the ball sliding into the right-hander. And as we saw there on the replay, pitch just about off stump. Currently with hit just about the middle. And again, a beautiful over. So two top overs, two top bowlers also. And the batting side really struggling now. Nutmeg Warriors.
So it's after the end of 2 overs. It's 1 run, 3 wickets. And General's really on top. So we look at the field placing. Probably we see a little bit more attacking. Pascal is going to continue. Picked up 2 wickets in his first over. 2 wickets for no run. I think he would have bowled maybe. This probably would have been his first maiden over. He's up to the wicket and he's going to bowl to Regis. Regis looking to drive. He's beaten outside the off stump. And very good delivery again. Didn't pass too far from the off stump.
Well, wow. Between bat and pad and stumps, it's hard to describe how all these things could be missed.
Well, as we look at the replay, it just seemed to cut back and pass between the leg stump and his body.
Yeah, but Pascal has usually get the ball to swing away from the right-handers, which will mean get it to swing into the left-hander. And that's exactly what happened there.
He's up to the wicket once again, ball to Regis. Regis is coming forward, a good delivery, just staying down again. Fletcher appealing. We're going to look at the replay there as probably what I take back, but Fletcher was appealing. And umpire Matterson on move.
Nearly attempted a suicidal run. Luckily, the not striker send him back, or somebody would have been in serious trouble.
So it's 1 for 3. Pascal in his second over. He's up to the wicket, ball to Regis. Again, Regis get a good delivery. That's just stay down a bit. Redhead chase off right there from backward square. But the fielder on the boundary. Larry Edwards fields. So 1 more to the score is 2. Regis on 2. So it's 2 runs for 3 wickets. It really have been a really good start by the Ginger Generals. They are at the moment on 7 points. And really they do want to secure the position in the semi-finals. Pascal healing. Just turn this one down to long leg. This is going to go very close to the boundary as Keon George just stopped it just before it get across the ropes. And the batsman pick up. Let's see, we'll wait for the signal. 2 leg byes. So again, Pascal, yes, seemingly strained down the legs a little bit and healing, looking to turn, coming off his legs.
But with him have the ability to get the ball to come into the left-hander, the fine leg in the circle is always a bit of a risk.
So it's 4. Pascal once again ball to Healing. Healing is coming forward again. In a bit of trouble there. Seemed to hit him high up on the seam. So it's the left thigh. Now bending down and it's calling for calling. We see the physio is really running out. Just seemed to hit. We probably will look at the replay and see. It just seemed to be hit somewhere high up on the thigh. He's still bending down.
Again, the ability of the ball to come in to the there it goes. Just wow, just probably around the hip area.
Yeah, and a good delivery from Pascal. You see the movement as the ball cut into him, the left-hander. He seemed to hit him just above the thigh. So what a start for Ginger Generals this morning, picking up already 3 wickets. We ended 3rd over.
And I was thinking that the defeat yesterday to Nutmeg Warriors and having to come today, would they be able to recover from that? And that came to my mind, and I didn't mention it, but sometimes it's not that surprising to see the problem they have found themselves in. The defeat was hard to take, and to recover from that, it takes a lot, and it don't seem as if they totally recovered from that defeat yesterday.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you as the Riddick Helen will retire, just being as we see him being taken off by the going off with the physio. So certainly probably it's more serious than we think it is, not being able to continue. But again, Ali, I agree with you that the sort of defeat yesterday really would have taken some serious effect on the Nutmeg Warriors. I mean, it's a match that you expected them to pull through after scoring 131, which at up to that point in time was the highest total by any of the teams. And also picking up Lyndon Lawrence with the first delivery, you would have felt certainly that they were in a good position. I think they were 3 for 27 in really quick time. Certainly had the advantage, but something happened. Michael Joseph played another blinder, but I think the over by Dane Murray, I think was really the turning point. And he went for 33 in that over. And certainly I think that would have turned it around. Well, Pascal continues. Jackson replaces, and Jackson plays his own down to third man. Keon George comes young and field. And again, interestingly, we see the third man was Edwards, rather. The third man was right back on the boundary, so he was only able to pick up one run.
Yeah, and again, another very good over from Pascal. I think that probably that's the second maiden over. He did bowl a maiden over in a previous game. So he has been, yes, a veteran, but he has been bowling extremely well, opening the bowling and doing just what the doctor has ordered. Previously, he didn't bowl his 2 overs consecutively, but he bowled the 2 overs today and bowled the 2 overs for just 2 runs, 2 wickets.
Good bowling by Pascal. It's his best figure so far. 2 overs, 1 maiden, 2 runs, 2 wickets. It's 5 for 3. And maybe you can say 4. Halen retire hot. So Edwards is going to continue his second over. Right-handed Jackson as he faces Edwards, and he swing this one down to over backward square. Good shot, and just clear the back to the square leg fence and goes over the rope for 6.
Well, a welcome boundary, and so a good release. Some of the pressure there on the batting team. Short ball from Edwards sliding into the right-hander, and lost his line a bit there and swung it over the vacant square leg boundary for 6.
Yeah, short delivery. Given the right treatment, it was a bad delivery. It's 11, and Jackson moves to 7 as he faces another delivery from Edwards and plays it forward square leg and amble a single. 12, and Jackson's score moved to 8. So the left-handed Regis comes in to strike as the sun comes out really brightly. Larry Edwards so far going for 8 runs, picked up 1 wicket. Keto at long off going right back on the boundary. That's Edwards. Left arm around the wicket to Regis. Regis is swinging this one over mid-wicket. A big 6 there. Really picked it up well and hit it into the bleachers. Lovely shot. Timing it really well. He picked it up from just outside the off stump and hit it over mid-wicket for 6. Really a good shot by Regis.
Yeah, good shot, and again the left-hander sliding it away from the left-handed batsman. If it was the right-hander, he would have been coming into him, so that gave him a lot of leverage. He had the width, and he swung it beautifully for 6.
Yeah, had the room there and really hit it well. See Pascal now comes back at long on, and for this delivery pitched up and stroked over the bowler's head down to long on. Pascal comes in, so 1 more to Regis. Takes his score to 9. So this have been a good over. It's 19 for 3. Edwards going for 2 sixes in this over. So 14 runs in the over. The right-handed Jackson as Edwards over the wicket ball to Jackson. And Jackson swinging down to long on. Just dropped one bounce to K2, who was on the boundary. And for a moment, it looked as though he would have carried straight to K2. But just dropped one bounce.
Well, Kato took it safe there because instead of going attacking the ball, he came around it, and I think that probably gave the ball the opportunity to drop. Probably had it gone straight to it, might have just had a chance.
Yeah, good. As Regis comes back into strike, short deliveries, which is straight to the backward point. No chance of a run, and that's complete the over. Larry Edwards now 2 overs, no maiden, 16 runs, 1 wicket after 4 overs. The end of the power play. Nutmeg Warriors, they are 20 for 3.
But good over, very good over for the Nutmeg Warriors. The first 2 boundaries coming there, and the opportunity there, releasing the pressure a bit, is a good opportunity for now for them to move on. The pace of Pascal is off and the spin is on, so hopefully they could increase the run rate, which they need to do.
Well, we saw yesterday 3 wickets went for 27, and they got up to 132 for victory, and still with balls to spare. So it's not all over. Probably just give the other batsmen an opportunity, really, to make an impact. So we're looking now at McDonald, Daniel McDonald. This one is hit down to long on, and that going to go into the boundary for 4. Pitched up, and he whipped it down to long on. The long on fielder being straight, and he couldn't get across, and that goes over the ropes for 4. 1 bounce over the rope for 4.
That was a good shot. It was a ball that was well pitched up. He cleared the front foot and hit it between a middle wicket and a wideish long on, and that's a good shot.
24 for 3. Jackson faces McDonald. Short delivery hit high in the air, and let's see, the backward square comes around and takes a catch. Easy catch there. Again, a short delivery, really didn't take advantage of it. And it came off half the bat and went high up in the air, and the backward square come around and take a rather simple catch, and Matthew is the one that takes that catch, and Jackson had to go after a brief inning. 24 for 4.
A good catch, and not probably the best of deliveries, but in the effort to Jackson to hit the ball as hard as he could, lost his shape, and the ball took high on the bat and went high into the air, and the fielder from the boundary came in and took a very good catch coming in to get the dismissal. As we see, a short ball. I think he really probably just lost his shape a bit, but it was a ball that was hittable, but he didn't time it well, and so he lost his wicket.
Yeah, I think he really was trying to hit it too hard. And all he needed was to get into position, because it was a short delivery. And Jackson looking for all the power. And just were able to hit it up in the air. And in Matthew, really not real short, fine leg position. Come around to backward square and took that catch. So 24 for 4. And Matthew Donald. This one is played to cover, the cover fielder on the boundary. And he ambles a single. So one more, 25. Regis goes to 10.
It's still always important to put the fielder under pressure in these type of games. So instead of ambling the single, yes, you need to run it as fast as you could.
Cyrus, short delivery, push on the offside. Again, no chance of a run. Again, it's important that this pair would want to really settle in. Still quite a bit of overs, over 5 overs to go. Yeah, the mid wicket just going a little straighter on the boundary. McDonald, this Cyrus looking to sweep, goes to the short fine leg. Again, coming off the pad, there's no chance of a run. And the score remains 25 for 4. We are in over number 5.
he would have felt he missed out there because it was on the pad and down the leg side.
As McDonald, this is short again, looking to cut wide signal. Would be a little disappointed. Short delivery. And really should hit away down to backward point, but he missed. 26 of 4. And for this delivery, he's stroking it down to long on. And again, as you said, maybe a little more pressure could have been put on the fielder coming off the boundary Pascal. The Ambler single at the end of the 5th over. Nutmeg Warriors sent into bat there at 27 for the loss of 4 wickets. And certainly not a good position. But really, Ginger Jenner would have really done a fine job this morning taking up those 4 wickets.
Yes, 27 for 4 at the halfway stage. A lot now has to be done, but as you said yesterday, there were quite a number of runs are scored in the final 5 overs, so they still figure that they have a bit of a chance, but with 4 of the main wickets and 1 retiree, that technically 5 wickets and not many overs. Would he be able to return? Can't tell from here. So they need now to really push on from here on.
Morning, Ali.
Good morning, Pastor. And how was your evening?
Well, was relatively fine.
Good.
Evening, night was not as long as I would have liked. But in life, you do not get everything the way that you would like them to happen at times. Well, Redhead comes in to bowl. He's going to be moving to bowl to Cyrus. This is his first over, and bowls to Cyrus, who is beaten outside the off stump with an absolute beauty. He pushed down, maybe pushing down the wrong line, and the ball just rushing past the bat. And keeper collects behind the stumps. Beautifully bowled.
But the Pacers has been doing pretty well. Pascal had an excellent first over, and now Redhead with his first delivery. See some sort of movement of the pitch, as probably is expected at early in the morning with the early preparation and the cover of the wicket. Nothing to do with it being a bad wicket. It's just a bit of a moisture in it.
Yes, and then during the course of the day, it evens out nicely. But you can expect the fast bowlers early with the preparation moisture to be able to extract a bit of pace. Here once more is Redhead. Moves in now to bowl to Cyrus. He is just about there and bowls down the leg side. Good diving take down the leg side. That was really screaming. And Benjamin had to hurl himself in goalkeeper-like manner, rather spectacularly, and pull off what would have been 4 wides.
But he is a goalkeeper. He actually saves for police in the GFA competition. So what he did there is just part of his trade.
Yes. He loves his trade, though. There's no question about it. Really loves keeping very chirpy wicketkeeper. Somebody like Nan Mungia, one of the former Indian wicketkeeper. Here once more is delivery that is down the leg side again. This time not so wide, but will still be confirmed as a wide. 1 more to extras. So extras have now gone on to 5. We've got 3 wides in the innings so far. Total moves on to 29 for 4.
And Redhead seems to be just falling away a bit, as if he's trying to use his angle to get the ball in, rather standing up a bit straighter in his deliveries.
Yes. And a lot has to do with the grip of the ball and also the wrist work. It's not always about how you slant your body. Here's Redhead in bowls outside the off stump, looking to cut. Cyrus was not going over, didn't try to get as close as possible to the ball. He was sort of stretching for it, and Benjamin collecting behind the stumps. Yeah, a lot has to do to Ali with what you do with your wrist, what you do with the seam. And yes, your body position says a lot. It doesn't always mean because you go wide that it's going to slant into the batsman. Turns once more from the top of his mark in bright sunshine is Redhead with a beautiful approach to the wicket. He's there now on both to Cyrus. Gets an absolute beauty again. You could see him pushing at that one and then pulling the bottom hand away, but not before he was beaten. And Benjamin taking the ball behind the stumps. Well bowled.
Well, it's sort of mixed over there so far because he has bowled 2 nearly unplayable deliveries and 3 wide. And a lot of times when the ball is not coming on the bat, the batsman get a little unsure of what to expect.
Yeah, that's one of his cardinal errors, I think, is inconsistency. Redhead, but he's such a fine bowler. Here he is now in and bowls to Cyrus. Cyrus gets a delivery that squares him up a bit. Ball takes the outer portion of the bat and goes down to third man. Will get a single. So he is now gone to two. And Regis, who's played his hand very well for Nutmeg Warriors. His 10 comes into strike. But if he can get his consistency fine, Ali Developed, I'm sure that he's going to be a much more effective bowler.
Well, he has all the mannerism of a fast bowler. He has the height, the size. He runs in smoothly. He got a good delivery action. I think it's just a few of the minor areas to work on.
Yeah, just a few little flaws here and there that he needs to work on. Let's try to determine, because he does go in with a slightly cocked elbow, and he'd want to make sure that when he goes to deliver, that he either goes front on or side on. Shouldn't go in between at all. Here's a delivery that hits down to the long off area, would get a single, and they won't come back for the second. Yes, they are. They will. The return comes in. Well, it's going to be, I think he's going to be a run out. Oh no, Regis is run out. That really should not have happened at all. It really was a bad mix. The ball was fielded down by Anil Matthew down at the deep long on area. The throw went in. Clearly there were two runs. There was no doubt about that. And why the little start and stutter, we could never tell. And when the bowler picked it up on his follow through, hurled the return at the non-striker's end, and he was about maybe about 3 feet short to the keeper's end, I beg your pardon.
Well, that is why you need consistency in the game. Just before you came on past, I was talking about the running between the wicket. They were actually ambling through for the single. They did it in about 3 consecutive occasions. And on this occasion, they decided to hustle for the second. So one was still ambling, while the other one was looking for the second. And that brought up the sort of confusion between them. But that was easily 2 runs.
Yes. 2 runs were in the making, because the fielder in Matthew, the ball was hit and it stayed in the air a while. Then he had to run across maybe about 20-25 yards to his right. Then he had to think about throwing the ball in. So there was sufficient time to get 2 runs and mix up there. So the downfall of Regis run out, and such a prize wicket, of course. He's gone for 11. Warriors now 32 for 5. Not a good sight as Javon Andrew faces up to Redhead. Here he is now and bowls to Andrew. Andrew is clipping that nicely down to the long leg position. Would get a comfortable single, so he's off the mark. It's gone to 1, and the total has moved on to 33 for 5.
And then the over continue to have a mixture of activities. There were 2 beautiful deliveries, 3 wide balls, a wicket, 2 runs. The type of over that keep the spectators, which are not many, but of course the viewers, glued to their television.
Yeah, well, here he turns once more. His Redhead from the top of his mark passes the umpire now and bowls to Cyrus. Cyrus is looking to heave that. That was a good length delivery. And good line too, looking to heave that over long off. Doesn't make contact. The over comes to an end as the keeper Benjamin takes it behind the stumps. 33 for 5, 33 for 5, and the last batsman to go. Well, Regis was run out by a throw-in there and from Anil Matthew, which was backed up by the bowler. By Redhead. And he went. So it's 33 for 3. They're in real trouble here.
And somebody will have to come to the forefront, because Regis has been one of the mainstays throughout their batting, and he has just gone, and somebody will have to show up.
McDonald to Andrew. Andrew is tugging that behind square in the leg side, would get a single. As he was looking to hit that well, in that direction, but didn't get it from the meat of the bat, so to speak. And Matthew running around from the fine leg area. The batsmen get one. Here is McDonald moving in this time to bowl to Cyrus. Cyrus is coming forward and lifting that. That's a hit that is going to go down to the deep mid wicket boundary, and the catch is taken. Well, it looked as it was going miles into the air, and for a moment it looked as though it would go beyond the boundary. Let's look at the hit. It got a lot of elevation. That's not what he really wanted so much. I think he wanted more distance than anything else. And the ball came down comfortably into the grasp of Pascal, and the catch was easily taken. So Cyrus goes, caught Pascal of the bowling McDonald for 2, and the Nutmeg Warriors, they're in further trouble at 34 for 6.
Yeah, 34 for 6, and not too sure the batsman that retired, so they still because it's 7 wickets technically. But again, ball flighted a bit. Going, as you said, he got under it, probably too much under it, and he lifted it rather than hitting it forward. He hit it up, and so an easy catch to Pascal, and showing safe hands. Watch it all the way into his hands and held on to it. So another good wicket, and 34 for 6, as we said. That's spelled a lot of trouble. But before you came on, Pastor, I was commenting on the fact that this side had a surprising defeat yesterday, and it don't look as if they have really got back and recover from the defeat.
Oh yeah, here is the new batsman is Sheldon Joseph. Ball pushed up to long on. In fact, we'll go down to the boundary for 4. Just thought that Pascal maybe didn't stride across as he should have. Maybe he was also looking at the long off fielder. Now that was hit straight, which was a good hit. Let's just follow the path of the ball, and came around, maybe a little bit belatedly too. Went into the boundary for 4. So Andrew, good hit. He's gone to 6. Delivery that is done up on the onside. They go through for a quick single. They've got to hurry the return from Benjamin to the non-striker's end. Backed up very well there by the bowler, McDonald. But the batsman crossed for 1. 1 more to Andrew. He's now gone on to 7. And the Warriors, Nutmeg Warriors, 39 for 6. Sheldon Joseph taking his guard, will be facing for the first time, and they will have to do a bit of repair. Here is McDonald bowls outside the off stump looking to cut. There's an appeal for cut behind by the ever animated Benjamin. The umpire said not out. Here once more is McDonald in now and bowls to Joseph. Joseph is hitting that in the air. It's going down to Nicholas Redhead, who takes a simple catch down that short third man. So Joseph goes without scoring, caught by Redhead at the short third man area. He's gone for naught. And the Nutmeg Warriors, they're in further trouble now. They're 39 for 7, 39 for 7, and this is looking as a very sorry sight.
Yeah, and you really can't fault the batters for trying to play shots. However, the technique still has to be correct. And here he was not too sure where you were about to hit that one. If he was trying to hit it straight or pull, he was down on his knees. The ball was outside the off stump. It took a leading edge and a simple catch to the fielder at third man.
Yeah, there was no way Redhead was going to drop that. Came like a dolly. And even if you're just a primary school student, with a ball like that, a catch like that coming to you, there, I think 90 out of 100 times you take the catch. That tells you how dolly-like it was and how simple it was. So, Murray now comes out. Dane Murray will have to do something special here. Both he and Andrew, can they? Is going to be Redhead with a no over, moving into bowl to Murray. Here he is now. He's brushing past the umpire and bows to Murray. Murray is opening the face of the bat rather skillfully, glides the ball down to third man and gets a comfortable single. The return comes in very quickly to the keeper. So he's off the mark. Well played. Just eased onto the back foot was Murray and glided it nicely down to third man. Everything about that shot was well done. Looked more like a number 3 batsman. Total has gone to 40 for 7 as Javon Andrew now comes in to strike. turns once more. His redhead from the top of his mark in bright sunshine, leans forward, now straightens up his approach. He's there and bowls to Andrew. Andrew is looking to drive. That was not drivable. It was the back of a length delivery. So it needed maybe to be playing that onto the back foot, maybe just seeking to turn that behind square on the leg side. But he opted to go for the drive, maybe trying to hit the ball on the up. It certainly wasn't there. Still 40 for 7. He's on 7 as he goes back. Nicholas Redhead, who Ali Debelot described as having all the correct details for a fast bowler in physically, that is, pushes it up on the offside. They go through for a single and they get it comfortably in the end. One more to Andrew, who's now gone on to 8. Murray is on 1. He comes into strike. It's 41 for 7. I think with us being in the 8 over, Ali, they will try as much as possible, maybe just to work the ball around, keep the wicket intact. That's going to be important, rather than being dismissed under the 10 overs.
Yeah, because technically it's 8 wickets. The retired batsman has not returned as yet, so it's only 2 wickets left.
Here's Redhead in now and bowls to Murray. Murray is looking to cut outside the off stump. That one bounced on him, and I think he was a little bit late on it. Benjamin collecting behind the stumps. Sharp delivery that was. Really bent his back, gave it a little bit more zip, put more strength in it, and Murray was looking to cut. Third man, backward point, sweeper right back on the boundary, extra cover, and there is a long off, long on, mid wicket is straight, and there is a forward square leg right back on the boundary, plus a fine leg. Here is Redhead in now and bowls, and Murray is looking to hook. Well, certainly not looking as a number 3 batsman that was going to get inside the line and hook, and it wasn't really hookable, but wide signal by the umpire, maybe suggesting that that was wide in regards to height.
No, I'm not too sure, but it's a funny shot the batsman played. I think he went dog. He's trying to, not sure if it was a hook or a pull. He got somewhere tied up between the 2 shots, and a wide call.
Yeah.
Maybe we are a bit distance from it, and not probably picked up the right height.
Redhead once more to bowl to Murray, who is looking to drive, and again the length not drivable, but trying to drive it on the up. And if he had made contact with that, that could only be scooped, maybe somewhere down there to long on, and Matthew will be there to receive, but he didn't make contact. Benjamin collecting behind the stumps, just seemed to be favouring the right hand a bit. Matthew might have gotten an uncomfortable knock.
I think it'd be wiser, you said it earlier, for him to just get back to ball and take the single.
Yes,
He's
that's
not making contact with the attacking shots.
so. It's Redhead again in now and bowls to Murray. Murray is onto the back foot and pulls out. He's going to be caught and bowl. Well, that hustled onto him. He was in no position at all to really hook that ball well. It was short. He rocked on the back foot, did not get inside the line. That's right, didn't get inside the line. And the ball took the middle area, outer portion rather, of the bat, went up in the air. And on his follow through, Redhead just came through and took a simple catch. So Murray goes, cotton bowl, Redhead for 1. And Nutmeg Warriors, they've found themselves in further trouble. They're not playing like Warriors today at all. It's 42 for 8.
Well, probably they have surrendered. They were worried. But again, the shot, we spoke prior to that delivery that did not show where you're really trying to hit the ball with the shot he's playing. And again, you saw that the ball just lob up halfway at the pitch, and the bowler taking probably one of his simplest return catch ever.
He might have been surprised to see it coming back to him in such an easy manner. Just ran forward, went under it, and took a simple catch. So Riddick Hailing has in fact come back out to bat. Injured a little early on. I thought that he was sent into bat rather early today. I think number 5 there, about 4 or 5. So it's not usual to see him high up the order. Got a knock somewhere in the rib area and had to go off. But he's back, obviously feeling better. Here is Renald Charles, the bowl to Andrew. Andrew tugs it down to the deep forward square position. thought about the second run, decided against it. A return coming into Benjamin. So the total moves by 1 to 43 for 8. Hailing, who is yet to score, and he did in fact face only 2 balls before he was hit somewhere in the mid-rib area. Now he has an opportunity to do something special, as it's Charles moving in. They've just pushed the mid-wicket right back on the boundary. In now, and bowls to Hailing. Hailing is hitting that in the air. The ball is going down to the long off area. The catch is going to be taken rather comfortably. So Pascal takes another catch down in the deep, and Hailing has to go. Caught by Pascal down at the long off boundary. He is gone without scoring, and the Warriors, they've lost the 9th wicket, 43 for 9.
Well, his return didn't last that long. Again, losing the shape and just swinging at it. Of course, not many overs, not overs, but the deliveries left. So you can't really blame for the attacking shot, but of course your technique and your stance and your position still has to be right. And I thought the last couple batters, yes, they want to hit and clear the boundary, but the positioning is not in line, and as a result, they are not timing the ball as they should.
Certainly not. Just looking at the dismissal, and he wasn't really close to it at all. Didn't get over the top of the ball, and a delivery that he probably could have even cut. Here is a delivery outside the stump. Josh Thomas is the new batsman, but it was in fact Andrew facing. Hits the ball down to deep extra cover and gets a single. So he's now gone to 10 into double figures. Total is pushed on to 44 for 9. Brings Josh Thomas now into strike. Thomas just making his guard. Looks around the field. At least he could see that it's bright sunshine. That should augur well for him. As Charles is in, both to Thomas. Thomas comes forward. Maybe the ball ticks him on the pad, dribbles out on the offside.
I think probably if it was the pad, wicketkeeper would have been appealing. He has appealed for nearly everything.
Here was Charles in now and bowls, and Thomas is looking to hit that over long on rather. Doesn't make contact. Missed everything. Total remains on 44 for 9. Here is again Charles in and bowls to Thomas. Thomas is looking to pull. There's an appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. So Charles rapping him on the pad, asking the umpire, how's that? And the umpire, of course, answering in the negative. So 9 overs gone, just the 1 remaining. And Nutmeg Warriors, they're really a sorry sight. 44 for 9.
As you see on the replay, it was a bit high, and Thomas is a tall guy, and it struck him high over. So I don't think there was any question there. But again, not being able to make contact, and today just seems to be a real off day for the Nutmeg Warriors.
Well, really off. Nothing has gone well for them at all.
In fact, Fletcher was out in the very first delivery.
Yes, that seemed to be an omen of things to come. Well, Michael Fraser comes into the bowling attack. That's going to be his first over for the day, and the last, of course, because this is the 10th over. Fraser is in now and bowls to Andrew. Andrew gets a delivery outside the off stump that he hits that nicely behind point for 4. Well, he opened the face of the bat and he drove at it, and the ball went over the infield, dropped about 40 yards behind, and that 40 yards, well, the inner circle is 30 and with about 10 yards behind the inner circle. As he moves in once more is Fraser. Good shot there by Andrew, in and bowled, and he gets a slower delivery that he handles well. Now they've gone for 1. Are they going to come back for the second? They've got to hurry. The return comes in, and maybe not the best in the world. Benjamin, you could see the disappointment as the fielder coming in there rather quickly, and was that Edwards? Yeah, Edward. And the throw was not very well. It would have been a very tight one day, and Andrew would have been in a bit of bother. but he got two. All is well that ends well. 50 now coming up. 50 for 9. Here once more is Fraser in now on balls to Andrew. Andrew is hitting that down to the long on area. The catch is going to be taken quite comfortably as he moved across there just to his right. So that's the end of the innings as he was looking really to hit that way over the long on area, and the catch taken down there at long on, and that's the end of course of Andrew, and the end of the Nutmeg Warriors innings as Andrew was there cut down at long on. Good little catch running across to his right there by Anil Matthew of the bowling of Fraser for 16, and the Warriors all out for 50, all out for 50. I'm sure that they will be very disappointed with their performance, and having had a sort of narrow one yesterday. It was a big scoring match yesterday that they thought that they could have won. In the end, they suffered defeat, and it looks very much that they might just be staring down the barrel of defeat here in this particular encounter, Ali the Billard.
Well, as I said, not every day is the same. And yesterday, blinding innings in 130 plus, and today 50. So you sometimes wonders how things could change so fast in sport. But a good, very, very good bowling performance, very good bowling performance, and the Nutmeg Warriors. He's always said runs on the board, but in this case, not many, and so they will have to do a lot of bowling and proper good feeling to probably restrict.
Yeah, dismal performance, and Andre Fletcher didn't come off, and a lot depends on him too, Fletcher, to get the innings off to a rousing start. Both he and Shondell Regis, who was unfortunately run out today. So let's go through the scorecard for the Nutmeg Warriors. Fletcher, Cotton Bowl, Pascal, without scoring, just a one ball, and Regis was run out by Matthew. Matthew keeper combination for 11. Akeem Alexis caught Benjamin Bowl, Pascal without scoring. Donald McDonald leg before to Larry Edwards without scoring. Rick Haling, who was injured and came back there in the rear end of the innings to bat. He was caught Pascal of the bowling of Charles without scoring. Hudson Jackson caught Matthew, Bull McDonald for 13. Darrell Cyrus caught Pascal down at the long off area of the bowling of McDonald for 2. Javon Andrew, who was just dismissed, caught Matthew, Bowl Fraser 16. Sheldon Joseph caught Redhead, Bowl McDonald without scoring. Dane Murray, Cotton Bowl, Redhead 1. And Josh Thomas not out in the end, no score. So the total being 50, exactly 50 for 10, all out rather. And just to give you a little bit of the bowling, Pascal, who opened the bowling, 2 overs, 1 maiden, picked up 2 for 2 runs. Larry Edwards, 1 for 16 of 2. Daniel McDonald, 3 for 13 of 2. Nicholas Redhead, 1 for 9 of 2. Reynold Charles, 1 for 2 of 1. And Michael Fraser, just 3 deliveries in what was the last over of the innings, picked up the prize wicket of Javan Andrew, caught by Matthew down there at long on. So he picked up 1 for 6. So the target obviously will be 51, 51, and Ginger Generals should be feeling very happy and comfortably perched as they would come out and chase down that 51 runs for victory. So we have, of course, the roller and the ground staff out there just making sure that all the preparatory work that should be done for the Ginger Generals to take strike and to go after the 50 runs, that's being done. I'm sure it's been a very disappointing morning for the Nutmeg Warriors. So we'll be on hand to take you through the Ginger Generals innings, and we would wait to see the outcome of this one. Until then, come back to us in a few minutes.
So, welcome back at the National Stadium. Ginger Generals need 51 for victory in a game really that where they have been really dominant in their bowling performance. Nutmeg Warriors just making 50 of 10 overs. Ginger Generals really would be very confident, Ali, going to get to that score 50-51 for victory.
Yeah, but there's always the old saying that runs on the board is there, and the batters will have to get there. They had a good performance yesterday. That's the Nutmeg, the
Ginger Generals.
Ginger Generals. They had a good performance and want to just build on it. And again, we look at the Nutmeg Warriors. The recovery from yesterday, probably they just have not got back there just yet, and hopefully they do it quickly because 50 is not a lot of runs, and they will really have to be at the A game.
Well, the first encounter, Ginger Generals batted first and scored 120 for 5. And Nutmeg Warriors got to 106 for 8. So it still was a convincing victory. 120, 120 for 5, 106 for 8 in the 10 over. So it was really a commanding victory. And today we have seen they come back and this time they fielded first and bowl Nutmeg Warriors just for 50 in their 10 overs. So they would feel very confident having played this team before and won rather easily. As you said, 50 runs is not much. They are expected to really win this one again really confidently.
Well, it's important to see what inning Kato will play because he did have a fiery one yesterday. Played shots at every delivery. Again, it's still pretty early. Only 10 overs has been bowled on the surface. Probably there's still a little bit of help from the overnight and the early morning preparation. So it will be interesting to see the Pacers did bowl well in the first inning. So we look forward to probably still a exciting start to this inning.
Josh Thomas picking it up from the southern end, and he's going to bowl to Roland Keto. And Keto again opening the batting. Just missing his run up there, and we'll have to go back to his mark. Keto, we saw in the last game, also did get off the impressive start. He would be confident in this position. He's opening with Daniel McDonald. So Josh Thomas, and he has one slip in Alexis. He's up to the wicket, bowler Keto, and Keto pushes on the onside, and they go through for a single. And no ball signaled by the umpire. Again, Thomas overstepping and did have some difficulty in his bowling. Bowled a number of new balls in the tournament, and really I think it's an area of his bowling he really need to get right.
Well, I watched it after he's been called a no ball. I kept my eye on him, and I noticed that he doesn't do anything different. He doesn't remark his run. He doesn't change his starting point. So I'm not too sure what he thinking that he has done wrong. Well, look, no, he has adjusted it now. So maybe we're hoping that he doesn't continue, but he has bowled quite a bit of no ball.
Well, his first delivery run up and then had to go back, miss his run. And his first run to the wicket and the second was a no ball. He's up to the wicket and McDonald hitting down to long on for 4. Pitched up and he swung it just from outside the off stump. And it went down to long on, just past the mid-on fielder, down to the boundary for 4.
Good, well, effective shot because it was outside the off stump, and he tugged it along, but hit it all along the ground and effectively into the boundary for 4.
Well, it was a free hit, so you really wanted to get as much as you could have from that delivery and got 4. So it's 6 without loss. We in the first over, just one delivery. Slipping Alexis, short third man, backward square, Fletcher. This ball is played on the onside, and the batsman take a single coming off of the pad, leg by signal.
Good
So
ball. He looked as if he had a bit of pace. He sort of took the batsman up. He wasn't very comfortable playing it, and struck him on the pad. But again, you could see the Ginger Generals not taking any chances. They're still hustling and taking the singles wherever the opportunity goes.
7 without loss. Still maintain a slip. Third man in Jackson for this delivery. Keto is pulling well through mid wicket, and this going to go down to the mid wicket boundary for 4. Short delivery, and Keto hitting it well all along the ground, and goes down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, short, and given the treatment, of course, based on the innings yesterday, Cater seems to be getting in form. He struggled a bit in the early part of the competition, and give him a lot of credit that he took the responsibility of opening the innings and played a good inning yesterday, and he's back today. It's just the start, but an excellent shot.
11, Keto on 5 as Josh Thomas in his first over. Over the wicket ball to Keto. Another ball that just seemed to come into Keto. They seemed to hit him probably just high up, just above the waist, as you see, just rubbing it there. A ball that cut into him and get a bit of lift. And Keto looking to push on the onside, just above the waist, just seemed to hit him there, but no damage. See, he just readjusts his batting gloves and settles. Josh Thomas from the southern end, right arm over the wicket to Keto. Short delivery. Keto is looking to pull, and yes, past the mid wicket fielder. The back was on the boundary, had to come around, and they come back for 2 runs. Good running as the fielder on the back to square boundary. They're the substitute, Isaiah Simon. So 2 more to Keto. He moves to 13. Score moves to 13. Keto moves to 7. We are still in the first over. Ginger Generals require 51 for victory. That's Thomas. Up to the ball to Keto. Another short delivery, and well played by Keto there. And as it stayed down, he adjusted well and played down to third man. And Jackson comes off the boundary. So 1 more. 14 as Thomas come to the end of the first over. 13 runs in the over and 1 extra, 14 without loss at the end of 1 over.
Well, a good start by the Ginger Generals. Again, not a big score, but again, runs on the board, you have to get it. And Keto, we speak so much of his talent and his ability, and he's taking on the responsibility. He's the captain at the side, opening the innings, and ensuring that they doesn't get herself into any problems playing out the first over. 14 runs, good start.
So Jackson going to pick it up from this northern end, and he's going to bowl to the right-handed Keto. Just a bit on the standings. Safan Strikers at the top at 9 points, and they followed by Cinnamon Pacers. They are also on 9 points. Jackson for Sylvie Keto again. Short delivery played down to backward square. You're going to pick up 2 runs there. The short pine had to run to his right, and the ball was traveling rather slowly. So 2 more runs to Keto. He moves it into double figures on 10, 16 without loss. Haston Jackson. Just to continue the point standings. Ginger General, they are on 7 points. And they will be hoping to get 2 more in this game. This is wide up the off stump. Again, Keto chasing after he looking to hit down to backward point. He made no contact. That really has been pretty wide off the off stump.
Well, technically speaking, you really did chase after it because it was pretty wide, and he went all the way trying to probably hit it over extra cover and didn't make contact. One of the few loose shots we have seen from him so far in his inning.
Clove Challengers on 7 points, and Nutmeg Warriors on 5 points, and Bailey Blasters, they also on 5 points. Jackson comes up, ball key to short delivery, hit down to mid wicket, lovely shot for 4. Really climbed into this one and hit it really well all along the ground, and it rushes down to that wide long on boundary for 4.
Yeah, short outside the off stump, of course, with just 3 players on the onside. It was, yes, outside the off stump, but he had enough time to pull it through the middle wicket area, which is vacant, and picking up 4 good runs.
21 without loss, Keto 14. Jackson up to Keto, good delivery, good length delivery there, and he really caught Keto in 2 minds whether to come forward or to play. Very obviously looking for the short delivery, but really pitched on a good length, and Keto was caught in no man's land there. Pushed at it, made no contact.
Yeah, he really got caught there in 2 minds because his front leg was giving himself some width, maybe to pull, and then had to push the bat at it and made no contact.
Jackson, Keto down the track and hit this one over cover again, not getting hold of it, and it stopped just inside the boundary, and the batsman come back for 2 more runs. So Keto, it just seemed to be a slow delivery as Keto looking for the expansive shot to hit over cover. He picked up 2 runs. They both play for the same parish, so they would know each other very well. Jackson and Roland Keto. Again, Keto seemed to be quite ready there. 23 without loss in the second over. So the Ginger Generals only need 28 more runs from 50 deliveries. That's Jackson in his 4th over. To the wicket bowler Keto. Another short delivery, Keto looking to pull again. This one was closer, probably not as short as he expected, and didn't pass so far from the stumps.
I think what Keto is eyeing is the fact that the onside only has 3 players, and again a ball outside the off stump didn't make as much height as probably Keto expected, but he's looking for where the gap is on the onside, and even though it's outside the off stump, he's still trying to pull it through the onside.
Current run rate 12.55 for this delivery. Keto is coming forward, hit on the pad, loud appeal, and they scamper a single. And let's see any signal from the umpire. Yes, it's a leg by, and again this one was pitched up on a good length. And Keto looking for the aggressive shot, having to defend, and ball taking the pad going out on the offside. So that completes his 2nd over. Not a bad shot. Probably height, but pretty good delivery. At the end of 2 overs, it's 24 without loss.
Well, pretty good delivery, good shot, because the leg stump could have been seen behind, so he would have been somewhere between middle and off. So it had to be that the ball would have probably going down the leg side, in the opinion of the umpire. But the risk of the single, I'm not too sure was necessary, because in a comfortable position at 24 for 1, these sharp singles could always have some wear and tear on the muscles, and so, but they got through and they are still there in a comfortable position.
And you're so right in terms of taking extra risk. You doesn't want to get injury at this point in time. Thomas Keto again is coming down the track to play a ball that really was shortish delivery, and he gets it down to mid-off or a single, but really it was not a shot that was required for that particular delivery.
But he's pre-planning what to do, so he was down the wicket before the bowler even got close to the mark, so the bowler saw him coming, put a big shot, so he had to stretch, but he still went through with the shot and got it down past the bowler.
25, the left-handed McDonald comes into strike, and he's hitting this one down to mid-off, powerfully down to mid-off. No chance of a run. The ball traveling really rather quickly. Score remains 25 without loss. So from here it looks very difficult for Nutmeg Warriors to qualify for the semi-finals. Having just 2 more games to play and they're still on 5 points. Thomas to McDonald, short delivery again, hit down to long on the mid-wicket fielder, have some running to do and just been beaten as the ball goes over the rope over for 4. Again, another short delivery, and as you said, with just 3 players on the leg side, well, just 4 players, but lots of space on the leg side. It was hit down to that wide long on position and went down over the rope for 4.
But you could say probably 3.5 because Fletcher ain't going to chase unless the ball goes straight to him. So again, you can see there's a lot of space there, and the batsman trying to utilize again outside the off stump, but he took it around and got the boundary.
Thomas to McDonald, another short delivery and a hit down to mid-wicket, lovely shot for 4. Really backward square position, just one bounce and goes over the rope for 4. Again, a bad delivery from Thomas, continue to bowl short, and McDonald taking full advantage.
But he has not had a pretty good outing so far, Thomas. He has been roughly treated by most of the batters.
It's 33 without loss as Thomas continues up again bowl. Again, another short delivery, no ball call. Again, really disciplined bowling by Thomas. He continued to have real problems in his run-up. The score moves to 34. And if my memory serves me right, there was one inning I thought that he bowled very well. I think 2 games before. But outside of that, he really struggled. Josh Thomas, as he's up to the wicket again, bowled to McDonald, hit down to mid-on, and good feeling by Fletcher there at mid-on, throwing the stumps down.
He's out.
And he's actually out, run out. Well, it seemed as though there's, as we look at the field, there didn't seem as though there's any jubilation picked up by Fletcher there as we look at the show, and really run out by a long way. Again, good work by Fletcher. Ball was hit straight to him, firmly. I know his ability in fielding, picked it up and really a direct hitting the stumps.
And just prior to that, make the comment that Fletcher is not going to run. I wonder if the batsman got a bit confused with the fact that it was a free hit, and so the striker didn't seem too interested in running, but Keto was up on him, and he just went through. And again, we spoke about the risk about running, at this stage of the game. It was probably not necessary because the ball was pretty straight to Fletcher, and you really would have had to pull out all your strides to get there, even where Fletcher is feeling. And again, I thought it was a risk, and it didn't pay it off this time.
Yeah, no need to be rushing, to be taking extra risks. And as you see, the whole question of injuries can occur. As Thomas now comes in bowl to Keto. Short ball, Keto looking to swing. Again, just goes just over the shoulder. And they're taken by the keeper at the end of the over. And at the end of the 3rd over, 34 for 1. Thomas bowling his 2 overs, none for 23.
Yeah, well, that particular delivery had a bit of pace and bounce on it, and Keto going through the shot. Not too sure if he pulled out at the last minute, but it was over the shoulders and a pretty good delivery. But at the end, 34 for 1, still in a commanding position, the Ginger Generals.
So Weevil Benjamin going to face his first delivery. We had three overs completed, 34 for 1. Keto 17 from 13 delivery, and Jackson going to bowl his 2nd over.
And we did had in the early part of the competition some good inning, but he has fallen apart just a bit.
Jackson to Benjamin. Benjamin played this one nicely down to backward square for 4. Good shot pitched up on the pads, and he really worked it nicely. And again, the leg side field, only 3 fielders on the leg side, and that really sped off down to the monkey for 4.
You know, we make the but you first talk on the batter that you really would not want a better delivery for your first delivery to score runs. On the pad, 3 men on the onside. But again, sometimes you have to set the field to the batter and to the bowler. I'm not too sure with 3 men on the onside that you're getting the best of the bowler.
38 for 1. Jackson having to turn back again, missing his run.
As we said in this sort of field placing, the ball is literally predictable what he's going to bowl. He has to bowl outside the off stump.
He's up to the wicket again. Benjamin covers up and push on the offside straight to Fletcher. Score remains 38 for 1. We haven't seen defensive shot being played much in this tournament, but this one he really covered up and pushed it.
You can expect anything from Benjamin. He's that type of player, full of exuberance. Always in the game.
Well, let's see what he does now as Jackson. Again, he plays it on the onside, and this time ambles an easy single. As the mid-on had to move wrong to mid-wicket. That's one more. So Benjamin moves to 5, 39 for 1. Really have been a commanding performance by Ginger General. Pascal opening the bowling and picking up 2 wickets, including the important one of Fletcher.
And they never really recovered from that early dismissal of Fletcher.
Jackson once again over the wicket, and key to allow this one to go through outside the off stump.
Well, we have seen a couple of the shots that are traditional shots in cricket that you don't find much of in the 10, and we have seen a couple in this inning, and tells you probably the low score that they are going after for defensive, now left alone.
It also speaks to the confidence that the team has. No difficulty, just 12 runs needed. As Jackson's up the road to K to swing this one over long on mid-wicket, and that goes for 6. Again, given the room and picked it up and hit it really cleanly over that mid-wicket area, straightish mid-wicket area, and go for another 6. Keto.
Good shot from Gato. Of course, that the ball was a bit short and he swung it around, but again, the limited number of fielders on the onside, the batsman will have a lot of confidence playing that shot with literally no risk, because once he make contact, chances are that there are a lot of acreage on that side of the field. So, but of course, probably Fletcher trying to get the bowler to bowl on one side of the wicket to defend, but the score is just about over now.
45 for 1. Jackson to Keto, full ball that is played down the long leg for 4. Well played, and no ball signal there as he looked to try a slower delivery, but I think no ball is called for height, and that ball went down to the long leg boundary for 4. So once again it's 49, and Keto continues move to 23 from 15 deliveries. Really good, a really convincing win by Ginger General, and they will go up to 9 points. But really, Ginger General from the start, first delivery picking up the wicket of Fletcher, and really never looked back. As Jackson's to Keto, and Keto hit it down to backward point over third man for 6, and really a convincing victory here by Ginger General. ending at 56 for 1, and really commanding performance by Generals, really winning this game convincingly by 9 wickets.
A good shot though from Keto. Probably not too much of a bad delivery, and really spanking it over backward point for 6. But again, the score gives batsmen a lot of confidence. They could take the risk and play the different shots. And in these type of games, your score must be on par, and par is probably in the 80s and up. And so 50 was always going to be a very little challenge to the batting side, and a convincing victory.
So the scorecard: Roland Keto not out 33, 17 deliveries, 23 minutes, 3 fours and 2 sixes. Daniel McDonald run out. Fletcher got 12. Had 3 fours in that inning. Wibble Benjamin not out 5, and he had 1 4 in his batting. The score 56 for 1. Thomas 2 overs, none for 23, and Jackson 2 overs, no maidens, none for 31. So just 2 bowlers being used, the opening bowlers, and they were able to. None of them were able to pick up a wicket. We had a wicket by the run out route. Fletcher 33 from 17, Benjamin 5 from 3, and the Ginger General winning this game convincingly by 9 wickets, and so push your tally up to 9 points, and more or less being probably assured of a semi-final place.
Yeah, but the bowling of the fielding team, sometimes you had to wonder probably the thought of the players. Now, yesterday, the Pacers was severely treated and hitting all over the park to get to 130 plus. And I thought today with that low score, probably that look to see what your spinners had, because they didn't bowl yesterday that much, and today again they choose to use the 2 pacers. They were fairly expensive yesterday, and not a big score, but expensive again today. Probably that a good opportunity they could have used to see just what the spinners have, because they're still in the competition. Although this game probably would have probably just threw them out of the chance of getting into the semis.
Well, what one got the impression that they went out, just to go through the motion, in that they knew that really would not have been able to bowl Ginger Generals on that at a total of 50, and you could see the bowlers when they went out. And first ball, Thomas bowled us a no ball, and there was not that drive, and one can understand in terms of just getting 50. The disappointment of the loss yesterday, I think, was a big one, and really seemed to have affected the team. And they came out this morning, and fortunately Fletcher went. Again, that the impact that he has on the team is huge. And as such, they never really recovered, and obviously we went out there, and it was just a matter of time before they would have lost. But again, you have to play the game hard, despite the position you're in. You play hard and lose. But it didn't seem so this morning, even when, despite losing the early wicket of Fletcher.
Yeah, well, I'll say good congratulations to Ginger Generals. They have continued their winning streak, and another good performance. This time with the ball initially, and then just wiping out the runs. So they are in good touch, and whereas the Nutmeg Warriors seems to have just faltered a bit here and probably out, as we said, of the semi. So probably just a question now of seeing what they have as the reserve players in the remaining matches. But the Ginger Generals now must be probably eyeing on even winning the competition.
So we have just seen the first game concluded at Ginger Generals, Nutmeg Warriors. Ginger Generals winning by 9 wickets, and we now going to prepare for our second game, which will be Cinnamon Pacers versus Saffron Strikers. Cinnamon Pacers, they are on 7 points at the moment. Saffron Strikers are the team that is at the top. So they will be coming up next, and that would be probably in about the next 50 minutes. And until then, we certainly going to take a break and prepare for that next important encounter as we continue to play in this Dream 11 Spice LT10 tournament. Match number 23. Cinnamon Pacers, Boston Sapphire Strikers. And as I said, we will join you when that match starts, just in about 50 minutes.